So you're a founder or you're an entrepreneur, you work with an organization and you're a very valuable human being. And because of that, you've heard over time, build your personal brand, and you're wondering, what exactly is this big deal about? Why do they keep saying build your personal brand? I can tell you why. Number one, personal branding builds credibility and trust long before you sell. And that's why when I started, I talked about also being an entrepreneur, meaning that you work somewhere, you're not an entrepreneur. You probably you have a 9-to-5 and you're wondering, I'm not an entrepreneur, I'm not in the public eye. Why am I building a personal brand? It's that you need to build trust and credibility in and of yourself as a professional, an executive, a business person, or just whoever you are in 2026. The world has moved from our world as we know it into a media world, a digital world, if you will. So people need to know you beyond who you believe yourself to be and who you know yourself to be. And that's why you need a personal brand. Now, we need to trust you. Even though you're not selling anything today, who knows who you're going to become tomorrow? So we need to know that you have a strong personality, not just inside your room, but on social media, in the world out there. Your employer needs to even see it that, this, or your prospective employer, let's start from there, or your prospective investor needs to see that you have a strong personality outside whatever personality you have inside your closet, right? And that trust, that credibility that personality has will work for you long after you started building it. Let me just put it that way. So you build trust and credibility with a personal brand. So once people know you and identify you in a certain way and like you and trust you within the confines of the way in which they know you, do you know that the next thing that happens, and that brings me to number 2, is that all that trust and credibility that you've built with that personal brand is eventually now transferred to whatever venture you have, your business, even as I keep insisting on talking about building a personal brand as an entrepreneur, somebody who works within an organization, because it gives you job security. Because of your strong personality digitally, your employers are like, if we let this one go, whoever's going to scoop them up is getting an asset. You become a bigger asset to the organization than you are. It's the same thing with building a personal brand as an entrepreneur. So your investors don't have to do a lot of work getting to know you, because you already have a footprint, a track record that is traceable. So you carry trust into your business, inherits the trust and the credibility that your personal brand has built over time. Number 3 is that it differentiates you, because nobody is like you. Nobody can ever be like you. So 1 million people do this thing that you do, but they'll never do it like you. So just building a strong brand around what you identify as, differentiates you from everybody else who does what you do or who identifies as what you identify as, because again, nobody is like you. Number 4 is that you future-proof your brand. You future-proof even your future endeavors when you have a strong personal brand. What am I saying? For instance, you are a founder of a chin-chin factory today. Because you have a strong personal brand, when you open a boutique tomorrow, maybe tomorrow you decide to open a garment manufacturing business, guess who's going to buy your clothes? Everybody who knew you as chin-chin entrepreneur, because they already know you. They already identify with you as this person, this entrepreneur. They know your story to a large extent. Guess who's going to follow you to the garment manufacturing business? Okay, tomorrow you decide you're not doing anymore. You want to become a coach and teach everything that you have learned over the years. guess who's going to come coach from you, or who are going to be coaching? It's all those people who knew you as garment manufacturer, who knew you as chinchin entrepreneur. They're following you. They're part of your story. And this is why you must build your personal brand. It's 2026. There's no, I mean, you don't have a choice. Okay? You don't have a choice. So finally, personal branding yields interest over time, yields compound interest over time. So the value never depreciates as long as it is intentionally curated and built and strengthens. The value continues to compound on and on and on and on and on. So the influence never really dies, right? Because people already know you, like you, trust you within the confines of your identity, within the confines of your branding. So wherever you go, it keeps giving, it keeps returning, so the ROI you don't get immediately. And so I've said this so that you can manage your expectations. You don't get your ROI from personal branding the minute you start building it, but it compounds over time and the rewards never really stop coming. Okay, that's why you'll find that people today with strong personal brands somehow have become influencers, even though that was not the intention, right? It's just that influence is now marketable, right? So what am I saying? Build your personal brand today.